The Origins of the English Language, Part 1. Where did the English language come from? The objectives for this video lecture are: explain the important features of Old English, including its language family, recognize Old English words and letters, describe how the language came to England and developed over time. When looking at the development of language, we also need to look at the history and development of the people who speak it. Language is tied to history, politics, religion, and culture. As we study the history of the English language, we will also study the history of the English people. Skipping over the proto-versions of our language, let's start with the oldest form of what we'd call English, known as Old English. Old English is almost unreadable for modern speakers. In fact, Shakespeare is not Old English, he is Modern English. Here are some examples of Old English. Westhu hal, wes theithas ye weorkes. Translation: good luck, success in your work. Old English is Germanic in origin. It is part of the Germanic family of languages. Other Germanic languages include German, Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, Flemish, Icelandic, Dutch, and of course, English. Even today, we use words that are virtually unchanged from Old English. He, she, it, the, is. These sentences, in fact, are written entirely in Old English. Harold is swift, his hand is strong, and his word grim. But most words in Old English look unintelligible to modern speakers. Old English even has a few letters we no longer use. The ash, pronounced a, the thorn, pronounced th, and the eth, pronounced the. Words in modern English that have their origin in Old English are usually our most primal basic concepts: God, heaven, sin, hell, mother, father, sister, brother, daughter, son, stone, sword, hill. As Latin and Scandinavian speakers came to England, their languages added new words to English vocabulary. Eventually, the Norman invasion brought a slew of French words to English. Who spoke Old English? Germanic tribal peoples from Northern Europe. The Angles, Saxons, and Jutes were the tribes who brought Old English to the island of Britain. Angles, Saxons, and Jutes conquered the island of Britain around 450 AD. In fact, we get the name England from Engelland, meaning land of the Angles. The early Anglo-Saxons were pagans who believed in Germanic gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya. In the late 500s, Christian missionaries arrived on the island and began converting the people. With this influx of missionaries came the arrival of words from Latin. These vocabulary words were often related to religious and ecclesiastical concepts. Between 787 and 1000 AD, Viking warriors came to England and conquered various areas, adding Scandinavian words to the English vocabulary. Some Scandinavian loanwords in English include lift, take, give, live, sky, dirt, husband. Finally, Norman conquerors invaded in 1066 AD and brought the French language to England. With the Norman conquest, The Anglo-Saxon period of English history ended, and the language we call Old English morphed into something called Middle English.